All right, here's a story. Please excuse me if I said the story recently. I don't think I did. It's a story about in the time of the Rebbe Marash. There was once a Chassid of the Rebbe Marash. He was a rich man, and he came to the Rebbe Marash. Rebbe Marash was the fourth Rebbe of Chabad, Rebbe Shmuel. And he said, Rebbe, I want a blessing. I'm going into a new endeavor. I want to invest my money to make kvass. Now, kvass was a type of a drink. It was like something like, I guess, corresponding to Coca-Cola now. I think maybe it was mildly, maybe it was like beer. It was mildly alcoholic. And it was like in those times in Russia, this is like, in the late 1800s. So there was no like popular beverages or something. That was the popular beverage. So he said, I got a deal to make it. It's going to be. So the Rebbe said, I don't think you should go into it. Don't do it. So he went back home. His wife said, you get a blessing from the Rebbe? And he said, yeah, thank you. He said, you get a blessing from the Rebbe? So he said, yes, I went to the Rebbe. You get a blessing, right? So let's go. So he said, no, the Rebbe told me not to do it. So his wife said, what? What do you mean this is a sure thing? I mean, I got all these people together for you, right? I mean, one person he's an expert in making this kvass. He knows how to make it. Another person, he's an expert in distribution. He knows how to make a distribution. We've already got a big factory, and he's going to bring the all they need is the money. All we have to do is just put the money down, and it's a sure thing. He said, but I went to the Rebbe. The Rebbe told me no. She said, listen, did you explain anything to the Rebbe? Did you explain it? I said, no, I just said, I have this very good thing, and I wanted. She said, well, you fool, his wife said to him. You have to explain to the Rebbe what it is. You're just going for a blessing. So listen, the Rebbe, I think he knows. You think. Go into the Rebbe and explain what exactly is going to happen, what kvass is, and that you already have two experts, and your wife is very in favor of it. Wife also has an understanding of business. So he said, okay, I don't want to go. Tell him that your wife is forcing you. Good. So he goes to the Rebbe again, gets an audience, says, listen, excuse me, Rebbe, I'm so embarrassed. My wife told me I must come and explain to you again about this business deal that I had. I know you told me not to do it, but my wife told me that I should explain it to you, what it is. A kvass is like this, and I have an expert that he knows how to make it, and it succeeded in other countries and other places. And he says he's already located an empty factory nearby, and he can bring the machinery to do it from what he's done. And then I have another person that he's an expert in distribution and advertising. And my wife says it's a sure thing. So the Rebbe said, thank you. He said, but I still am of the same opinion. It's not going to work. Don't invest in it. He said, okay, Rebbe, sorry. So he goes back home and he says to his wife, listen, I explained it to the Rebbe. And he said, no. So his wife said, I know how you explain. The things. You're already negative. The Rebbe told you he doesn't want it, so you're already going in, right? You probably went in and apologized first thing, right? He says, yes, I did. See, you went in with a negative attitude, and probably that attitude was reflected in everything you said. I'm going to write it down in a way that the Rebbe is going to explain in a positive way, and you go back to the Rebbe and say, listen, I can't do it. He says, listen, either you do it or we get divorced. If you're going to be so stubborn that you're not going to listen to what I say, and you're not going to listen to simple logic, at least go and try. He said, oh, okay, all right. So his wife writes the whole thing down. She takes these two other experts, they write it all down, all the details, go into the Rebbe. So he goes to the Rebbe the third time, and he apologizes and everything, and he shows the Rebbe the papers. The Rebbe looks over it. He said, listen, I told you already. I understand your wife is pressuring you, but I'm telling you not to do it. It's not going to work. So he goes back home and he tells his wife, and his wife says, listen, the Rebbe is always right except for this time. I'm telling you 100% it's going to work. So he sunk his money into this thing, and it was a terrible failure. He almost lost every penny that he had. He had to move into a different house. So he went back to the Rebbe to apologize. He went back to the Rebbe and he said, Rebbe, I don't want to take up your time. And I just want to tell you that I regret every single instant. I'm sorry I listened to my wife. I'm sorry I listened to reason I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. I apologize. So the Rebbe said, listen, and there's three reasons to listen to a Rebbe. Three types of Chassidim I have. One reason is that they say that the Rebbe is experienced. He's got a lot of experience. People come into him, and therefore he has experience in all these different things, and so he knows how to give blessings from experience. Other people say, no, the Rebbe is a genius. The Rebbe is tremendously wise, even in things that he has no experience in, but he understands things very deeply, and therefore Rebbes are people that are geniuses, and they can understand everything to their depth, like King Solomon, tremendously wise, and they can understand. Then there's a third type of person that says that the Rebbe has holy inspiration, Ruach HaKodesh. The Rebbe has power of prophecy. He can look at things and he understands what's going to happen, even if it's against all logic, it's against. It says, but you didn't listen. You didn't listen to me because I have experience. You didn't listen to me because I'm wise. You didn't listen to me because I'm holy. He said, if so, you're not really a chassid at all. You have I don't mind if a chassid just listens to me for logical reasons. He thinks that maybe I know better than him. But you didn't listen for any reason at all. You think maybe you're a Rebbe. Maybe your wife is the Rebbe. Right? So what's the point? The point is that, yes, the Rebbe is a logical person, but a Rebbe is not a normal human being. The Rebbe is a person like Moses, like King David. He goes like a king. He goes against the will of the people. The people go according to what they see, what they understand, what they hear. But a Rebbe is a person that goes according to what the Creator sees, what the Creator feels, and what the Creator understands, which could be against all of the Jewish people, like Moses did, like King David did. But nevertheless, he has tremendous love for all the Jewish people, and therefore, that's what a Rebbe is. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you. God willing, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock class.